Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana Hobby Guy. And today we're taking a first look at a new diode laser engraver that's on the market or coming to the market. The Kickstarter is starting this week, and that is the Aliencell X1. And I usually don't do videos on lasers that are not on the market yet unless I can get my hands on it. Well, I've gotten my hands on this one at least for a few days last week. So I wanted to share with you my thoughts on this particular diode laser. And this is a pure diode laser, so comes 20, 40, 60 watts but it has a huge work area and a lot of new and innovative features that we haven't seen before in diode lasers. I had the pleasure of meeting with Rezo, who is the head engineer for the company, and Echo, who is the director of marketing over the past week. They were here in New Orleans. And I was able to get my hands on this machine and play with it and look at some of the features. So I want to give you this first look video, talk about what features this has that are new and different, and maybe how you can get your hands on one. Now, I said last year, 2025 was going to bring new innovation to the laser engraving industry, especially when it comes to diode lasers. And 2025 has proven me right with the advent of the Galvamatic and the Excel laser and now the Aliencell X1. So let's jump into the first look video. I will be getting my hands on one of these in about 3 weeks. That will be a demo here in my shop, and it is the beta version. So they're sending out quite a few of these beta versions to different YouTube channels like mine to get feedback and look for things that they may have missed that we want. So let's jump into the first look video and take a look at this machine firsthand. All right, so let's start off with the main feature on this that makes this new and different from other lasers on the market. And that is this beautiful wide touchscreen that you see here. All of the device settings are in here. This is running on an Arduino M54 control board with 8 gigabytes of RAM running the Linux system. So it's basically an onboard computer with all of the functions that you can possibly imagine. It's got self-test, it's got device calibration to calibrate the motors and the gantry, the vibration in the motors and the gantry. It's got firmware information, device logs, one-touch factory restore. It's got the wireless LAN, regular LAN, plus Bluetooth, any connection method you can possibly imagine. There's air pump controls, fire extinguisher controls, error message log, and you can even upload the current status to the Aliencell website. So that is something that you won't find on any other laser engraver, and it's because of the 3D printing experience that Aliencell brings to this laser. Additionally, there is a third camera on board that Aliencell doesn't talk about that's tucked away in the front left corner where you can actually see the job running on the screen so you don't have to look at the actual laser beam itself. Taking a look from the side, you see there is that air compressor that's 14.5 psi. You've got your USB-C connections, your interlock on there, the emergency stop button, all the things that you'd expect to find on a laser engraver. Moving around to the back and the side, you'll see you've got your air assist and fire extinguisher inputs on the side of the machine, the factory tag on the back, and then a dual centrifugal fan that can be mounted in either direction, left or right side exhaust. Moving around to the front of the machine, you'll see that this is just an exceptionally beautiful design on this machine. And as we pan over to the left here, you're going to see an air purity measuring tool right there. So it's telling you the parts per million of the air quality in the room outside the machine. That's a nice feature to have. It's got that nice dark tinted acrylic. Inside it comes with the knife bed, as you can see there. And everything is metal as far as the frame is concerned, and it's extra heavy duty. So all the way around, even the hoses, you'll notice, are heavy duty. And as we pan around over here, see those drag chains in the back and that little hidden camera in the front left corner where you can preview the job on the screen is really nice. I like that. Next, we've got a really nice feature, which is a removable crumb tray. As you see here, the entire crumb tray, whether you have the knife bed in or the honeycomb, pulls straight out. You have a pass-through where you can engrave below the machine, and it slides right back into place for easy cleaning. Really nice feature on this machine that I personally love. So by now you're probably saying, okay, we see everything on the outside. How does this actually engrave and cut? Well, I brought some files with me. I ran some files on this, and this was on chipboard. And I believe this was at, if I'm not mistaken, this was at 400 millimeters per second, 40% power. And there you can see the results are quite outstanding for a 40-watt laser. All of the fine details are absolutely perfect on this. And next we ran the same exact job at 600 millimeters per second, 40% power on a piece of birch plywood. And as you can see, came out absolutely wonderful. All the details are crisp. It's a great engraving. All right, so let's now talk about how this machine cuts. And it cuts probably better than any of the other 40-watt that I've used so far. So here you can see we're going down and into the cut. This is at 14 millimeters per second or 840 millimeters per minute. That's 3.5 millimeter 3-ply plywood. And it really made a very clean cut, which you'll see in a moment. I'm going to leave this in real time so that you can see and watch that that air purifier on the bottom left there. You'll see that goes up quite a bit as it's cutting, and that's giving you the parts per million of the air quality around that laser machine. Once that door opens, it's going to get even worse. I mean, that's a great little feature to have. So here you can see nice clean cut. I believe this was at 50% power. So it just came out really marvelous. And I will freeze frame these shots for you to see here. There's one angle, no charring, no soot whatsoever. Nice, clean cuts. I'm sitting here with Rezo and Echo from Aliencell, and they're demonstrating their new laser for me today. And so far, we've done a couple of projects, and we're looking at all of the ins and outs of the machine. So this is first one on some hardboard, and this is the next one on some plywood. Did a really fantastic job. I'll put up bigger pictures on the screen for you to see, and especially the cut. Cut is absolutely beautiful on this. They engraved this, and then we went back and cut it out later afterwards. So, Razo, tell me a little bit about the company history.
Oh, I think it's echoes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do that. So our company is a new company that we established last year, and our team spent nearly 12 months developing this machine. So we spend a lot of time starting from design, and every part and the software is all designed by our team. So we bring this new product to the market this year and hoping can help more and more people to experience the new technology. So this machine is auto with two cameras, so it can do auto position, and it has a very big working area. It's 20 plus 18 inches for this laser engraver.
Is it 20 or 24?
24
24
by 18.
plus 18.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it has a very large working area. So this laser engraver is embedded with three laser heads. So it's 20 watts, 40 watts, and 60 watts. So you can just change the head, and then it can, you can experience three different printers.
And this is just a diode machine,
yeah, it's
correct?
a diode. Yeah.
Okay. And how does the machine operate? Is this a typical EXP32 CNC motherboard?
No, we are using like a winner chipset. It's chipset. It's based on like 54.
Okay, so
So-
Arduino M54
Yeah. So it runs the Linux system in this machine.
running Linux. Okay. And what's the benefit of some of the benefits of running Linux on this?
Yeah, because we just our company actually have a 10 years experience in 3D printer.
Right.
So we want to put some 3D printers technology into this machine. So like ESP 32 cannot fit these things. So we choose a better chipset and better motherboard. And we build all the code from zero to the whole thing. So it is different. So
this is all proprietary code, something that you've developed.
yes.
Okay.
And from the software, firmware, and hardware. Yeah.
Okay. And if a user experiences problems with the software, you were telling me about there's a way to, on the control panel, just upload the log to the cloud.
Yeah. There's a feature in this machine. You can export your log to your USB driver and upload the log to our official website, and our art team will figure it out and deal with it.
Okay. Why do you think, in just a couple words, I'll ask this to Echo, why do you think that someone would buy this over any other machine on the market other than size?
Okay, so I just mentioned the printing size, and I think this one is the world's fastest and smartest laser engraver in the world, because it has the acceleration speed of 20,000 millimeters per second. So it can help you to finish your works very fast.
And that another thing that comes from the 3D printing end is you're able to calibrate this to whatever surface that you're working on.
Yeah, actually, you can say it's a plug and play laser engraver. This can help people to solve lots of problems, because I've just started to using this kind of machines half a year ago. So it's hard for me to do those like low location
Mm-hmm.
and something like job like that. But with this machine, it's very easy. You just put the files that you want to engrave, and then you download it, or you can just connect to your PC or mobile phone using the it's Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, something like that.
Yeah.
It's very easy for you to connect, and then you just choose the picture that you want to do the engraver, and then it will finish automatically.
And I noticed that we did these demo files today in both Lightburn and your self-developed software.
Aliencell space. Mhm.
Yeah. I think we should call it Alienware.
Yeah. But so the user has the choice to either use your software
or like
or Lightburn software,
Yes, yes.
or
Mhm.
is it
Oh,
also compatible with Laser Gerbil?
uh actually no right now.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the choices right now are the company software
Yeah.
or Lightburn.
Lightburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can tell you that it's a really big machine. It was at my shop this week, and it did fit on my regular table that I have keep my lasers on, which I believe is, I think that's like a 20-inch table because the bottom is all flat. So it can fit on any solid, stable table. But anyway, we'll get more into this when I get a demo. When is the Kickstarter launch on this?
August 15.
August 15th.
Yeah, next
So-
week.
Next week. So this will be available on Kickstarter on August 15th. That'll be the launch date. You can pre-register now.
Yeah,
I'll put a link to
the
that.
early bird. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put a link to that registration now, and if you do, you get a free air assist with this. And that's something else that I really like too, is that their air assist is not using some method of measurement that nobody knows, you know, liters per minute and liters per hour and all of these different things. This is rated in PSI, and it can go up to 12.5 PSI, this air assist, and it's
It's actually 14.5.
14.5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So my sweet spot is at 12 and a half. You know, that's where I like to work. So it can handle that, and we don't have to worry about trying to find a calculator to convert liters per hour to PSI because none exists. So instead of using all of these obscure terms for air assist, most of the companies that you see out there are using little aquarium pumps, and this is not. This is an actual small compressor that is controlled by the machine and by Lightburn, turning on and off. So you're going to get a good, clean cut. And I'll put a picture of this cut up on the screen right now so you can see it. Nice, clean cuts out of this because you have the appropriate amount of air pressure. Thank you very much for showing me your laser and coming by the shop this week. I know you're having a long trip here in the United States, and next stop is California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoy your trip to California and have a safe travels back home to China. And these should be shipping in.
I think we will ship within 1 month after the Kickstarter over. But we are starting to ship some of the machines to be tested by the KOLs and some, YouTubers this
Okay.
month.
So how long is the Kickstarter going to run?
It's
1 month.
1 month.
Yeah, from August 15 to September 15
Okay, so you can likely get one of these
in October.
in October. Yeah.
So it can help you to get more side hustle. I think it's good for the side hustlers because it can help you to, earn more money during this busy season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't
All right.
miss
Well,
it.
thank you for your time and thank you for the demonstrations. And I wish you all the best luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So what is the number one feature on this laser? And that's going to be acceleration. And I have a little facts for nerds worksheet that I did in a PDF. I've done a bunch of research on acceleration. I'm no expert in it. So I went to the experts and I got all of the information that I could find on acceleration, put it into a PDF. And if you're interested in the facts for nerds, then this PDF is for you. All right, so let's take a moment to talk about the main feature of this laser engraver that's new and different from every other laser or every other diode laser on the market, and that is acceleration and why it matters to you. So I've made a little PDF, and I've done a bunch of research on acceleration and on this particular laser and why it would apply to you and why you would consider this as probably the best feature on this laser. Acceleration is how fast the speed changes on scanning turns for the laser engraver. In motion control or your laser steppers, it's the rate that the controller ramps the motors from one speed to another, measured in millimeters per second squared. These turns happen at the beginning and the end of each scan line. On most diode laser engravers, assuming that the acceleration is the standard in the industry, which is 2000 millimeters per second squared, and that can even be a high number in many cases for hobby machines. Here is the numbers right here and the formula. So without getting into the math, and you guys can pause the video and read these numbers here, and you can do the math yourself. But what really matters here is that most of the lasers that you're going to be familiar with are going to be around that 2000 millimeters per second squared, whereas this laser is at 20,000 millimeters per second squared. What does that mean? Higher acceleration means faster moves, faster jobs, but if not applied properly, can cause ringing, or what we know as ghosting, and missteps. Lower acceleration means smooth corners and text, but slower jobs and more rounding on the tiny details. So the real question is, how much faster will a job complete at 20,000 millimeters per second squared as compared to a machine with 2000 millimeters per second squared? And the answer really is, it depends on the job. Here is the formulas that I've researched online and verified. And you can pause the video now if you're into math and you want to take a look at it for yourself. But on cuts, for example, or long straight runs, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference. So you'll be somewhere in the area of about 1.8% faster. But where this really makes a big difference is if you're scanning at 300 millimeters per second, you can expect to get some big wins, like 3 times the speed on jobs dominated by frequent start and stop or raster turns. How many scan lines are there in a typical 8x10 photo? This is a good working example. So if you're engraving at 318 lines per inch, they run across the 8-inch width, or a 0-degree scan, and that's 318 times 10, 3,180 times 2, because there are 2 directions on each scan line. So that's 6,360 turns. So in this example, a typical diode laser will take about 2 hours and 30 minutes to complete the job with an acceleration rate of 2000 millimeters per second squared. The Aliencell laser, with acceleration speeds of 20,000 millimeters per second squared, would complete the same job in under an hour. So that's a lot more than even 60%. I put 60% here for a round number. For information purposes, 318 LPI is 0.0799 millimeters, or 0.08 if you're using Lightburn. And if you want to check your own acceleration on the machine that you're using in Lightburn, in the console you can just type $$ and press enter, and then look at the results that print out for the lines 120 and $121 fields. And that will tell you 120 is your X acceleration and 121 is your Y. So just a brief explanation here with all the math. And again, you can rewind, pause the video, and take a look at all the math if you're so inclined. But I just wanted to cover this because it's probably the top feature in this laser. And it's because of the 10 years of 3D printer experience that Aliencell has under their belt that makes this all possible. So there you have it. There is the first look at the Aliencell X1 diode laser. And I really enjoyed the last week or so visiting with the team from Aliencell and being able to get my little fingers on it and run a few jobs and see how this machine operates. And let's talk for a moment about how you can get your hands on one if you're interested in this machine. So down below the video in the description, I'm putting a link to their Kickstarter. And during the Kickstarter, if you purchase a machine, you can get these as low as $1,299 right now for the 20-watt version. And if you purchase during their Kickstarter program, they're going to throw in an air compressor for free. And that's a real air compressor. It's not an aquarium pump like you're used to getting with most lasers. So that link will be down below in the description. This is not a paid endorsement for Aliencell. This is just my opinion with my first look at this laser. I really enjoyed getting my little hands on this laser and running some projects and looking at all the features. I hope you did too. And I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.